And what's going on, guys? MiniKhal here, coming at you with a day 190 account update. Um, First and foremost, welcome back. It is another account update. So we're just kind of keep the same format that I try to keep with these videos, and kind of just scrolling down here. We are at day 190. Just kind of zipping right along. There's been quite a few developments, I guess, so far the last 10 days. And so we'll just kind of talk about that and just where the account is and just kind of the normal format. So kind of going in here, looking at the TCP, we are just shy of 1.8, which again, I think the last video was at like 1.66. So, just kind of right in line with the way the account has been growing, and we did hit basically another 100K over the last 10 days, which is, fairly normal and pretty regular, I would say, for the account. Kind of other things that have progressed a little bit is that we are working towards getting to Villain 7.6. So with that being said, I've modified a little bit who I am currently working on. And Villain 7.6, the importance or the relevance behind that one is going to be because of Hela. And, Scopely kind of switched things up a little bit, and the Black Bolt event was done much sooner than I think originally anticipated. So I was actually hoping to unlock Black Bolt with his next pass. However, that next pass came way sooner than I had anticipated. So because of that, obviously I did not unlock Black Bolt this time around. So I am hoping to unlock him his next time around. And while Legendary Cadence kind of isn't really a thing at the moment, I'm kind of being, I guess, optimistic that his next pass won't be for about 3 months, which is kind of the way it's been in the past. So what I've been doing is I've been working towards getting to this node right here. As you can see here, I managed to 1-star the first 2. And I am working towards this here. I will probably try a on-screen attempt and just see if I'm able to actually complete the node. So what I've been working on is that node requires villain mystics. So I've been kind of focused on those type of characters. So I'm just going to kind of filter through just a little bit and just kind of show who I guess I'm using. And again, kind of just like as I do with most things, the logic behind it. So this top row right here is going to be the villain mystics that I am attempting to take in. So we've got Loki, Thanos, Mordo, Ronin, and Hela. And Loki and Hela, obviously part of the Asgardian team, which has kind of crept off a little bit as far as being like a top war defense. So I'm not building up Loki all that high. Like, I don't plan on taking him higher than Gear Tier 12. But Hela, however, is still a phenomenal standalone character. I've used her in Dark Dimension 3, and I'm planning to use her in Dark Dimension 4 on both Khaleesi and Dracarys. So essentially, there's really no gear that is kind of being put into her that I think is going to be a waste. She's a phenomenal character, and so I've gotten her up to 13. Next, kind of on that list and kind of in that same place is going to be Thanos. Thanos is a phenomenal standalone character, and then if you put him with the 4 Black Order members, the Black Order team, they've been out for, actually, I'd say about close to a year now, and they are still probably the top meta arena offense. They are a phenomenal war defense team. They're a phenomenal war offense team. I have taken Thanos into Dark Dimension 3 on both Khaleesi and Dracarys. Thanos is currently in Dark Dimension 4 on Khaleesi. So again, he's one of those type of characters where I don't see any waste into his gear. So he is up to Gear Tier 13. The other 2 on the list, I'm not going to take them as high. I've got Mordo over here, who I am going to try to take to Gear Tier 11. He is pretty much already ready to go. It's more a matter of training mats. So I'll try to get him to gear tier 11, level 60, and then I will do the same thing with Ronin, and hopefully that is enough to get me 3 stars on that 7-6 node. If not, I will then try to take them to gear tier 12 and level 65, hoping it doesn't come to that though, because I would really like to start putting those training mats into other places. And the reason I chose these two versus some of the other villain mystics is because these two also do help unlock Phoenix. So that gear, while I probably won't use these characters all that much outside from unlocking Phoenix, it's not a total waste. I could have gone the route of Juggernaut and kind of working towards unlocking Magneto. But I just, I'm trying to save the mutant gear that I do have. Or actually, I'm sorry, he's just a mystic character. But I am saving my mutant gear, not necessarily for Juggernaut since he is mystic, but more so for the Astonishing X-Men, who I am working on getting up, and that'll also be to help me kind of progress through the Doom campaign. So I will go ahead and I'll try a little attempt on that villain's 7-6 node, see if I'm able to complete it. If not, like I said, there is still quite a bit of character growth I do need to do. But so other things I am currently working on with the account, basically, still farming stature shards, still farming wasp shards, and then the other 2 characters I'm farming, Loki and Thor. Like I said, the plans are to unlock Black Bolt on his next pass, so I'm going to get these 2 to the 6-star mark and then stop. Because ideally, I mean, in a perfect world, if I can get Black Bolt to 6 stars, I mean, that would be phenomenal. So that's kind of where I am with the campaign farming. Once I finish those character shards, I then also am working on gear for my Mystic characters, so I will farm my Mystic pieces, and that's also kind of giving me a combination of Mystic gear, obviously, but then also a little bit of training mats. I have quite a few T4s, actually, I think that I do need to spend. Actually, not that much. So I think I'm actually on Bishop is who I am looking to spend on next. But other things that have kind of happened, I guess, of note, the Bishop Blitz did end, and I was a little lazy on this Blitz. I really didn't go as hard as I probably should have, but I was still able to unlock Bishop, which I seem to have scrolled right past him. There he is. So I did manage to unlock Bishop. He's sitting at 3 stars, which, not phenomenal. Not terrible, though, either, considering the Mini's play style. So what I will do is, once I do finish up and am able to 3-star that Mystic 7-6, or the Villain 7-6 campaign, rather, I will then switch back to working kind of on my foe Astonishing X-Men, and I think they are really going to be key in helping me progress through the first 3 nodes of the Doom campaign. Other things that are kind of also being worked on, around the same time / a little bit in the background, but still working on them. I am working towards getting Pimtech to gear tier 14 so I can start Dark Dimension 3 on MiniKhal. So I do currently have Ghost is ready to go. Yellow Jacket is 1 piece away, and then Stature is a little bit further behind, as is Wasp and Ant-Man. And then obviously I do need to get them to level 75. So it's kind of a rough place to be in, I guess. I am really short on training mats. I have no abundance of them. So I'm trying to do everything I can to kind of keep training mats going, but it's just, the struggle is real. What I've been doing, I have been opening up these Kingpin orbs in the hopes of getting some additional training mats. The problem is it's not a guaranteed drop, so I've also been getting gear, which, again, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I would like to get back to a place where training mats aren't as much of a crunch, and I can go back to actually farming character shards in the arena store. Other things, kind of the same old in the supply store. Buying any gold pieces that are needed. I am getting a stockpile of Gear Tier 15 stuff just because I know how expensive it is. Well, not necessarily expensive, but just how many pieces of Gear Tier 15 stuff you need. Blitz Store, same thing. I am still just opening up these Blitz orbs. Once I think I have probably 2 or 3 Blitz characters maxed out, I will then switch over to actually farming specific Blitz characters. Raid Store, kind of the same thing. I am buying Thor when he does pop up. The other times, I am just buying either orange or purple gear. Arena Store, like I said, I am opening up the Kingpin orbs in the hopes of getting some additional training mats. Our War Store, kind of the same thing. I'm buying orange pieces, either Gear Tier 15 stuff or mini uniques that I know that I'm going to need or I'm going to be hard pressed for. In the actual orb store, now that I am 75, I am opening up these orange gear orbs level 2. They just have better orange materials in them, more towards Gear Tier 14 and Gear Tier 15, which, it's never too late to start stockpiling those. In the Elite store, I am at the point now where I can actually open up almost a 6 and a 7 red star orb, but so far the characters that are appearing to me just are not worth it. I am starting to see some semi-worthwhile characters in these lower levels. Like I think I saw the other day, it was like a 3 red star Thanos, so I did go ahead and buy that. But basically, if it's a character you're gonna, you are definitely looking to build up and, it's a worthwhile character, there's definitely some merit to buying this stuff. So I am starting to finally see characters that are worthwhile. Other things going on, I am currently stockpiling my red star orbs just for the next red star character. My assumption will be that it'll probably be Moon Knight, probably later today, would be my assumption on when he'll be released. Other things, and I'm not hoarding these. The Infiltrator orbs, the White Tiger event is going on, but I thought it would be fun to kind of just open all the orbs at once on screen. So I am saving those orbs until the event is over. And that is our store for right now. In the event, we currently have White Tiger going on, and I am going kind of hard on Mini. The goal is to hopefully I can unlock a actual 5-star White Tiger is what I'm shooting for. In the total free-to-play sense, I've gotten some pretty good drops on both Khaleesi and Dracarys, so I'm hoping Mini will have the same luck. Mini is actually spending a lot more cores than both Dracarys or Khaleesi, and it's just because I do have this mass abundance of cores, and I am not using them for anything else, so I figured why not. So what I'm currently doing, I am doing the 450 refreshes, which if you're looking to at least get a 4-star red tiger, you will need to do that. But then on top of that, I'm also doing 2 of the 100 core refreshes. And basically the concept is you want to go through the whole hard campaign and, go through that. And then what I'm also doing is in the medium campaign, I'm actually doing the first 3 nodes. And that's kind of basically getting me, I think, roughly about 2 orbs every day. So we've got another 12 days, essentially 13 days when you look at the hours left. So we've got essentially 13 days left in this event. Hoping to, at least, at the very least, probably triple this, maybe quadruple it, and so I will open up those on the orbs on screen. Hopefully we'll have some good luck and it'll be, kind of like a fun little thing. Other things going on, raid-wise, the raids, I am pretty much able to get myself, and I do need to spend some raid energy, but I am able to get myself to this final Ultimus node now. I still can't beat the Ultimus node on MiniKhal, but I'm at least able to get there. Once in a while, this War Machine node does give me a little trouble, but I'm able to get fully through that. Alpha, really not too much going on with that, kind of self-explanatory. We do have a Blitz orb going on right now, and kind of like I've said in the past, as a newer player or a newer account, for me, I think that the premium orbs are actually something more for me to focus on than the red star orbs. So I actually am going a little bit harder in the blue orbs, just because any premium orb I get, I really don't have any characters maxed out. So premium orbs do still feel premium for Mini, so I kind of focus on that. Other than that, let's see. Stark Tech, I actually remembered to spend it the other day, so my Stark Tech should be kind of normal. Bio's maxed out. Mystic or Mutant is the one that I am working on next. So once Mutant is maxed out, I will then go over to Mystic, and that should kind of help me with that Hella node, is kind of, I guess, the next plan. But anyway, so that's pretty much the account update. That's kind of where the account is at day 190. I figure I will end this with a attempt into the villain's 7-6 campaign, and this just again kind of goes with my philosophy of, when you're trying to progress through this campaign or you're trying to get a certain node on farm, I would say it's not as essential to automatically build this. Build these accounts all the way up to, level 75, gear tier 13. Sometimes, like I said, you can get away with having a weaker character if it does get you to those nodes. So, like for myself, I didn't build up the Ronin yet, and that's just because, he didn't need to be quite that built up to get to this point. I wasn't as concerned with 3-starring villains 7-4 and villain 7-5. That was pretty painful for poor Thanos. I keep forgetting that my Thanos is not beefy enough to tank, so I should not have done a taunt. But anyway, so, you don't necessarily have to have like these maxed out characters to get to the content you are trying to complete. The goal is really just to build up the characters high enough so you can clear the game mode that you're currently in, or that you're trying to get to. So, if I can clear this node, that's awesome. That means to me that at least my Mordo is going to be high enough, and so is my, Hela, Loki, and Thanos, but maybe it's just my Ronin that needs to be built on just a little bit. So, it's just kind of a trial and error thing. I don't necessarily think there's ever kind of sometimes a magic number where, like your characters all need to be this level in order to pass that content. So just kind of play with it. And as you, let's say either level up a character or you go up a gear tier, try a node out and see what happens. Because the general idea is you don't want to overbuild a character you probably won't ever be using again for any other content. I did just try this node for the first time yesterday, so there has not obviously been a whole lot of progress made since then, and as this team is slowly wiping, I'm definitely seeing that there's definitely still more progress that needs to be made. Like I said, the Ronin and the Mordo are actually both pretty weak. I'm going to go in and just do one more attempt, and my only thing I'm going to be really switching up on this one is I will not be taunting with Thanos. My poor little Thanos is only 2 stars. He got unlocked actually from, I think it was the Gamma raid rewards is when we were getting some cosmic characters, and I was able to unlock him that way. But my Thanos is not super beefy quite yet. I am planning to start working on his star level pretty soon. I have almost got his node on farm, so that I think that will definitely kind of start to help me a little bit. But my little baby Thanos cannot tank. He can only take a few hits, as you saw, and he kind of gets knocked out. So the idea here is not to tank with Thanos, but basically just use them to kind of survive. And so it's just kind of a trial and error. And if you ever kind of come close to completing a node and, maybe you are able to two-star it, what I would suggest then too is you might have maybe had some bad RNG one match. So give it another try and see if there's anything you can kind of change on the match to maybe hopefully improve what happened. Because sometimes it does really just come down to RNG and or either you didn't play the node correctly. Like with myself, I really should not have taunted that first time around with my Thanos. I'm just used to kind of on Dracarys and Khaleesi having a big beefy Thanos that is able to taunt. So it's not making too much of a difference in this particular instance. It is still going to be a wipe, but at least it still shows me that with like proper gameplay where the team is. So I definitely think I will need a bit of a beefier Mordo, and for sure I will definitely need a beefier Ronin. So let's see. Let's see how far we go. I'm actually curious to see if we can actually take out the Minerva. All right, we actually got rid of the Minerva, so that's actually not too bad. Looks like we will probably get it to maybe 8 out of 11. So, obviously not the greatest. So 9 and 11. So we were able to take out 2 enemies. Definitely not quite at that point where it is here, Villain 7-6 ready, but something we can certainly work towards, and that's kind of what I'm working on. So basically what I will do, I'll spend the rest of my campaign energy, try to get Mordo to level 60, and once Mordo is level 60, I will go ahead and give the node another shot, see if it makes any difference. Which actually I can pop this up to level 6. Once Mordo's level 60, and if the node still doesn't go very well, then like I said, the next one to work on is Ronin, and I'll take him up to Gear Tier 6, see if anything works. If that doesn't, Gear Tier 7, try it again, and so on and so forth. If by the time I get them all to, hoping not to go that way, but if I have to take them all to level 65, Gear Tier 12, and it's still not working, at that point I'll look at investing some T4s into either Thanos or Hela. Those are only characters I'm willing to kind of invest T4s in because I know I will use them down the road. But so that might be something I'll look at as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for this day 190 account update. Hope everyone is having a good one. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you find these videos helpful and you just want to kind of follow along with Mini's progress, as well as any strategy guides I come up with in the future, please feel free to like and subscribe. As always, thank you again so much for watching. Hope everyone is having a good week, and take it easy.